Yes, people, welcome to Fozzy TV, formerly known as LRFC. I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody's good. Oh, damn. Wales to play Bosnia in the playoff. I think I saw Ireland on there as well, so let me check. Uh, Ireland is going to play who? Czech Republic. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's away is the first game, I think. Yeah. It's good to see, football back. And the first thing we talk about, the first thing we're going to talk about is transfer, as everybody knows. Sorry, guys, I'm just setting up some stuff. I hope you can hear me this time as well. I think you can anyway. Yeah, it's a last minute thing. I didn't think I was going to do any streams, so I thought, why not just come on and do something that's around Twitter. Let me just see what's going on here. Yeah, I've been going around to other streams, basically other people's streams. I was in Jamie's one yesterday. I was in N's one yesterday. Today I'm going to be in someone else's one, and I'll be in Husam's channel later on. I think Sal's channel going to be on, and Husam's channel after that. Yeah, just going around, introducing myself to the outside world of Fuzzy TV. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself, to be fair. Even though there's a lot of streams and all that stuff, I'm enjoying myself. I think it's been brilliant. It's good to put yourself against well knowledgeable, football YouTubers, and I don't really, like think that I'm better than anybody or anything like that. But I like to test myself. You know what I mean? I haven't done that for a few years now, since the old days. So yeah, it's quite good. It's quite good. Sorry guys, my light in my room is very, very dark. So fix it up. Yeah, please do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. Um, Big up Beans and Toast, man. I haven't seen you for a bit. I hope you're okay. Family's good and everything. Yeah, so Semenyo and Guehi are heavily linked with Liverpool in a January transfer window. Is it good for Liverpool? I think so. I think so. I think that's something that we need to make our team better, because the way we're playing at the moment, we could do with anything. We're absolutely diabolical, guys. I know I keep alluding to it, but it's the truth. Yeah, so guys, like if you support other clubs, you're more than welcome to join us and talk about anything you want as well. Yeah, the Premier League is back this weekend. Liverpool is going to play against Nottingham Forest at home. A very important game for both teams, of course. Let me just put the Premier League up there and see what's around. Then we talk about the transfer later on. Matches. So, yeah, I think it's a North London derby as well, isn't it? So it's a lot of good games from what I can see. Let me just share that with you. Yeah, I was watching Coppish earlier with Cal as the host. It was quite good. They had ends, Rams, Jamie Phillips, and Monts with Cal. It was quite good. Really enjoyed it. Really good. Good combo. Yeah, so the 12:30 kickoff is Burnley versus Chelsea. Very interesting game. I think Chelsea have got majority of their players back, apart from Colwell, as far as I'm aware. Delap is back, I think, as a striker as well. I haven't watched much of Burnley this season, but I think I'm gonna watch that game just to check it out. Obviously, I need to find out as much as I can about other teams, so why not? And then you got Bournemouth versus West Ham. West Ham need the wins, man. West Ham are absolutely disgusting while watching. Even with Nuno Espirito Santos They're not even, you know, the team is so damaged. They're not even playing. They're not even playing like good football either. But Bournemouth are on fire, man. They're absolutely on fire. Even though they lost a lot of players this season, they're still doing the business, man. That's what I like about Bournemouth. They don't complain; they just get on with it, and that's brilliant, man. I like that type of teams. Like they just got on with the business. They don't really care about um, losing players or anything like that. Yeah, man. Proper team that is. Proper team. A lot of people are telling me about, their manager becoming a Liverpool manager eventually. I said it's good to think like that, but the thing is, we're not here to make a wish for managers. We're here for Liverpool to become the best team again. I don't want to be, giving opportunities to managers that don't have that winning, pedigree behind them, like trophies, like major trophies. We are a big club. We're not a small club, so make sure the next manager is someone that has that winning pedigree. Simple as that. They're ninth in the league, though, to be fair, and West Ham should be way below that. West Ham are 18th, bottom three, and then you got two similar teams from what I've seen, and then Brighton and Brentford. Some good games, man. I like that. I like that. And then you got Fulham and Sunderland. Sunderland on fire at the moment. They are fourth in the league. Fourth. So and then Fulham, where are they exactly? Fulham are 15th. So Fulham are getting worse. It's not like getting better. You know what happens during the season, guys? Is when you sell a lot of players, the return ain't always the same quality. Because if you're selling your best players, you're not gonna get straight away better players, are you? Because the players have to, integrate with the team and try to get better. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes time. That's why Fulham are 15th. Obviously, they got rid of a few players. They brought in players, but it hasn't worked out to the levels that they want. Because normally when you say Fulham, you get scared. In last season, I think they were the only. Well, we lost to Nottingham Forest, and that was, I think, the second loss of the season. Fulham away. So yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy, like where they are in the league. But Sunderland, it could be a first season thing with Sunderland. That you're always gonna get a surprise sometimes, but it's good to see the teams that got promoted are no longer in the bottom half and they like climbing up the table. I like that. I like that. I mean, because in recent seasons, I think the three that came up always have been the three that went down. But this time it looks different. I like it. I really like it. And then you got us, of course, against Nottingham Forest. We have to win this game, man. If we don't win this game, we're in the mud, man. Especially Arne Slot, man. If he doesn't win this game, I think it's gonna be very hard to keep him. It's gonna be, one of those ones. Mate, it's time, to pack your bags. You know what I'm saying? And be gone. It's gonna be a difficult game against Top Forest because it's Sean Dyche, isn't it? So if Sean Dyche comes to Anfield, it's only going to be one way, isn't it? It's going to be defending throughout the game. It's going to be difficult to beat, difficult to break down. And I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't know what we're going to do because I've said that many times with our head coach. Every single time there's an international break, he's got to come back different with a different mentality, different attitude, and then he comes back the same again. You know what I mean? It's hard to watch, man. He's trying to prove us wrong with players that's not performing consistently for some reason, and it always backfires on him. I've been hoping he changes the personnel, something different. Big up Limbs, man. I hope you're okay, my guy. And goes with the mentality of it's time for a change. It's time for us to put a team out there that's gonna be hard to beat. Win everything, every battle that face. And work ethic is important in the team because we haven't got a work ethic in our team. Some people, in our team don't want to come back and defend because they think they are Messi at the moment. Only Messi can do that. Maradona can do that. R9 can do that. That's the only exception of players that can not defend if they wanted to, because they've earned the right to be the best in their in their eras and all that stuff. So I don't understand the Salah issue, why he's always staying up there when we got number 9 out and out number 9 as a striker now. We don't need him to be going up there and staying up there. Yeah, there's a lot of things we've got to work on. And then you look at the midfield, the three midfield, you look at Gravenberch, McAllister, and Soboslai. What's happened to that midfield that was solid last season? What's happened to that midfield that was working hard off the ball as well as on the ball and keeping possession and using aggression at the same time as well? As I remember Old Trafford 3-0 win we had, and I remember how aggressive McAllister was towards Kobe Mano and players like that when he barged him off the ball, and then we got the ball and then we attacked and then we created a chance and we scored goals. Yeah, we're no longer like that, man. Time is passing by with some players, and what convinced me players are not trying as hard as they should be is that Real Madrid game. How did you run a lot in that game? How did you win your battles in that game? But you can't do it with other teams. And he scored a goal in that game as well, McAllister. You know what I mean? So, and it was a header, a rare header. Strange. Very strange, man. Hope you are doing well. Yes, I am, bro. Thank you very much. I've done a sponsor. I just come on now. I was hoping there's people around, but it doesn't look like it. But as time goes on, we'll see. We'll see, bro. I'll put obviously the thumbnail of the transfers, but I want to see the games that's coming up, over the weekend as well, because I missed the Premier League so badly. Yeah, so we got to win. We got to win this game. We've got to find a way. We've got to find a formation. We've got to find a style of play. We've got to find, an identity to our game that's gonna, prolong during the season, so we can win the games that are coming up, because 9 of them, in normal circumstances, are winnable games. If you know what I mean, guys. So let me actually tell you the 9 games I'm talking about. Then you'll understand what I'm saying, because people. They're calling us Q's FC, but no. So the next 9 games for Liverpool is, of course, Nottingham Forest at home, PSV at home in the Champions League after that. West Ham away, have to win that game, should win that game, and must win that game. And then you got Sunderland at home, have to win that game. Don't care about Sunderland's form. I really don't. And then you got Leeds away, have to win that game. You got to go with a formation that we can do Leeds in that game, because that's what they're going to come up with. They're not going to just turn up at Ellen Road and then lay down and give us the game. We have to actually work hard to beat them. Inter Milan away in the Champions League, and then we've got Brighton at home. Look at the fixtures, guys. That's normal circumstances. These are the kind of fixtures that we win. And I'm looking at the training ground at the moment. Alisson is back. He's right in front of me. I could see Mamadashvili there. So the main man, the best goalkeeper in the world, is back in the team. I'm so happy, man, because I missed him so much, man. Without Alisson in goal, we look weird, man. And it's unfortunate, he's in his 30s. I wish he was in his early 20s right now, man. Could have had him for more years. Yeah, they're on Sky Sports now. They're showing Liverpool's training session. Yeah, man. It's good to see Alisson back. Isak looks to be back as well. Endo, I think, was injured for a bit. He's back as well. I think I've heard a lot of players are angry, obviously, at the coach, because they're not getting game time, even though Liverpool are losing games. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, we're not winning games, we're not battering teams, but we don't see those players like coming to the team when the other players are not even trying hard enough to stay in the team. It's kind of weird. Big up, Mr. Social. What are you saying? Teams just have data on Liverpool now. That's all. I agree with you, bro, because when you're the best team in the league, which we are, not now, but from last season, that's who they measure themselves against. And that's that's a norm because every season, that's what teams do. They measure themselves against the best team in the league, and I don't think we did that enough. I don't think Liverpool have that have respected the Premier League enough to study the other teams. I honestly think we get into a season disrespecting every other team because the lack of preparation is right there in front of your eyes. We go into games and we don't even know what we're doing on the pitch, which means the preparation beforehand didn't it hasn't been implemented, towards those games. Because it's the same performance every time we watch Liverpool. Same players make the same mistakes. So let me give you an example. McAllister, what's his weak points? Passing, and that should be his strongest point. He struggles with passing to his own players. He always loses the ball, and not only that, when he loses the ball, he hates to defend because he can't run. He hasn't got the mobility. He hasn't got the athleticism as a player. So why are you giving the ball away then? Shouldn't you keep the ball? That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, there's too much of the same. And then you look at Gravenberch. It depends what Gravenberch you get sometimes. He's good on the ball, gliding past players. Once he can't do that, he loses position a lot. If you look at the Man City game, in the first 5 minutes, he kept on giving the ball away. And I said, you know what, guys? It's going to be a long game. I just knew it was going to be that type of game. Especially when people are on Gravenberch. He struggles when people are right on him. And that's something he's got to improve on. But as I said many times, guys, that's something you got to do in the training ground. You know what I mean? And that's something like you got to analyze. You got to do a video analysis, like to do things like that. You got to put the player in front of the video and show him what he's doing wrong and what he struggles with, and then you go and work it out on the training ground. But I don't think we do that enough because, as I said many times, we keep making the same mistakes in every game that we play. You look at Konate. What's his weak points? When someone is on him and is as tall as him, he's always struggling against that person. He gets battled. He gets pushed around, loses the ball in the air, and then makes some rash decisions during the games. So lapse of concentration are Konate's problem. As a top defender, you shouldn't really care who you face. You know what I mean? You should always, be up for the battle. It doesn't matter who you are. I've seen smaller defenders than Konate battle big strikers. Let me give you an example. Prime example: Carvalho, Gallas back in the day when they used to face those battering ramps. Who used to face them? They used to, at least they look for the weak points of that striker, and then they exploit that. But yeah, for some reason, Konate doesn't do that. He's always losing the battles. And then you look at Conor Bradley as a right back as well. Great against Vinicius Jr. One of the best performances I've ever seen as a right back. Then you go to a bigger pitch where you face a pacey winger again who could kick the ball far away from you and he could catch it because you haven't got that pace to catch him up. That's what Bradley struggles with. Anfield, small pitch, you're close to the player. You could take him to the byline and tackle him. You look great. But when you go to the Etihad and you face Doku, who's much faster than you, and all he has to do is put the ball in front of him, and the afterburners follow straight away, you struggle with that. That's what I'm saying, guys. There's a lot of things that we struggle with, and I don't think people actually talk about it. And that's what Bradley struggled with against Doku in the last game that we played. And then you look at the left back. Robertson is back. How did Man City score that goal? Because of lack of what? Closing down. Nunez, I hate that name, had time to look up to the far post and cross it towards Haaland, and Haaland headed it in. Why? Because there was no pressure on Nunez at all. You know what I mean? He stopped the ball, he looked up after 20 passes and put it on the money, and they scored the first goal of the game. Van Dijk, I don't know what's happened to our captain. You know what they say, like sometimes, guys. A team is a mirror image of the leadership, innit? And from what I can see this season, the leadership, which is the head of the table, which is Arne Slot, and the captain, they're both similar this season. One is not leading the team well on the pitch, and the other one is not leading the team as a whole. So both sides of the leadership is struggling this season. Van Dijk is just too laid back, man. He's laid back normally, but sometimes there's fire in him, and he starts saying things. You know what I mean? And he said, "We'll do better. We're gonna work harder and things like that." Now, when you watch Van Dijk after match press conferences, it's like, yeah, it is what it is. We'll try to come back the next game. That's the kind of attitude. And then you got the head coach that's giving our tactics away, just like Pep Linders did with his book to the opposition. Oh, we struggle with long balls. It's very hard, to stop that and things like that. You can't do things like that. You can't do a press conference, you talking about you're struggling with certain things, because what do you think the other team is going to do? They're going to exploit that. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go after that. Yeah, man. A lot of work, man. A lot of work we got ahead of us, and this is where what we got to work with. Yeah, 100%, bro. What are you saying, Nems? It's okay, bro. I don't look for fame. I just like what I do. I'm doing me. And I'm not here for money reasons. I'm here to share my experiences of football with everybody. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's okay, man. I will live still, man. I will still go on in life. Yeah, big up for that, bro. Thank you, my guy. Big up, man. Do you think we get Semenyo? There's a big story around this. Why not? I'll come back to that. But ask me about the game so far, guys. I'm looking at the Premier League, and this is for anyone, by the way. Big up TW, man. I haven't seen you for a bit. I hope you're okay, my brother. What are you saying? Social joins. To be fair, Grav was always makeshift. Yes, I know, bro. I know that. He was never a true number 6. He was always going to get found out. You're spot on, bro. You're spot on. 100% social. That's what I'm saying. You know your football when you talk like that. Last season, why did we get away with a lot of things? Because nobody expected us to win the league. I think people said top 4, and then a trophy, and everybody fell for that. And what happened? We played much better than we thought we would. Underestimating the season before because of the screw jobs that happened to Liverpool the season before, which was Tottenham away, a couple of sending offs, and plus they scored the last minute and Luis Diaz the offside. I could talk about a few more games, but I could talk about the one at Anfield against Manchester City, McAllister and Doku won. Last second of the game, could have given us a penalty. If we won that, probably we would have went top, maybe stayed top. I don't remember exactly where we was in the table. So that's 6 points disappeared from us because of bad refereeing. And then David Coote saying what he was saying. He was refereeing our games as well and doing VARs. And we don't know how many screw jobs he did along the way. So it can be, daunting at times. This is why probably Jurgen had enough and left, because there's too many of that going on, some dodgy decisions, and nobody questions it. We're doing our first one. We'll talk about a necessary game, which is, the one against Man City, the Van Dijk goal. What about that season? Why do we make complaints of that season to the PGMOL? Why do we make complaints that season? We didn't. But all of a sudden, we're doing some unnecessary stuff because we're struggling during the season, winning games. Like, what are you doing, man? What about when we're, in a good position? Why don't we ever make complaints like Arsenal always do? They're always right to the PGMOL when things go wrong. We don't. We just want to be nice, like we always are on the pitch. We don't battle anybody. We don't really go aggressive. And after the game, before the game, we're shaking players' hands in the tunnel, like we're best friends. After the game, we're hugging them. This is what we're facing, man. Modern day football. There's no fire in it anymore. If you know what I mean. I miss the fire in the game when players used to go on the pitch to win by any means. There's nothing like that, man. It's annoying. It really is. It's what Roy Keane said. Like, why are you shaking Man United, Liverpool players? Why are you shaking hands in the tunnel? That's your rival. You're supposed to fight, punch each other on the pitch. and things like that. We don't even do that anymore. Man United arrived at Anfield, got a 2-1 win, and we allowed that to happen. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Yeah, we should get a number 6 in, to be fair. I was willing to wait till next season, thinking about our football club, doing good things during the season, but yeah, we need a number 6 as soon as possible, man. We need someone that could control that midfield and have the fear of the opponents at the same time. That's what we need in that midfield, because none of these players are aggressive enough to be that. Come on, man. You lost the game to Man City, and Man City battered you in the midfield. Foden, Bernardo Silva, and Gonzalez. Are you kidding me? Like, we're not facing Gundogan, De Bruyne, and Rodri, or Fernandinho, or Yaya Toure. We're facing Foden and Bernardo Silva in midfield. 2 wingers. You know what I mean? And they battled us. They're not even that big. They don't even. You can't even fear them. You know what I mean? If you look at them, those are the type of players that fear you. You push them and they get scared. We didn't even do that to them. So it goes to show, man, we're not doing our job on the pitch. We're really underperforming, not just as a head coach and the players as well. And the leadership are always questioned, man. As I said about Robertson, like, we wanted him back in the team, like, but you got to close down Nunes, bro. You can't let him cross. You can't let him think before he crosses. Put pressure on the ball. And then you look at the midfield, the 3 midfielders, like, come on, the 3 amigos from last season. What's happened to you guys? You can't even string 2 passes together. And then you look at the left wing, you put Florian Wirtz in the left wing. We didn't buy him to play left wing. We bought him as a number 10. Struggled. Each time he's looking for a pass, nobody's around, so he tries to dribble and then he loses the ball. And then they go in the counter attack and need to score a goal. Or score a goal. Ekitike, lightweight. He got bullied by the 2 centre backs from Man City. Absolutely bullied. Couldn't hold up the ball once in that game. And he got Salah on vacation. He's not even in. You can make that excuse about Jota for him. But the thing is, isn't it right for him to say, boss, I can't play because, I'm struggling mentally. I'm struggling because you're letting the team down on the pitch, my guy. If you're thinking about obviously Jota in that way, yeah, I mean, I'm not here, defending anybody either, guys. I gotta be honest with my feelings towards my football club, because some of the players are doing us wrong on the pitch. If you got emotional issues, tell the head coach, I need a break. Get me off the team. Get someone else in there that can run about and contribute something into the team. Simple as that, man. Just thought of you, brother, and your live. Big up. Oh, big up, my guy. Big up, Mr. Fake Pundit. I think you lot get Semenyo. I hope so, Social. I honestly like Semenyo, but I'll come back to that as well, bro. I'll come back to that. From humble beginnings. Of course, man. Of course. John, big up. What are you saying? I think we are way too critical of our players. Grab first season, Diaz, and now Konate. It will be we should have kept Konate. I know what you're saying, John. You're right. Like, in regards to certain extent of that comment that you put up, we are too critical. But if players are not performing to the levels that you want them to be, then you got to ask questions, bro. I look at Konate. I don't see him really being committed to the football club, because if he was committed to the football club, he should have been signing a contract by now. And I'm looking at his performances, bro. Van Dijk ain't going to last very long. You know what I mean? Like, he's 34 years old, going towards 35 very soon. The legs are going to go. You could already see it on the pitch. Like, that's not the Van Dijk that we know. Like, it will come to a point he's shouting at players, but he's making more mistakes than the players. That's on the pitch. So they will question him, if you know what I mean. So we're in that predicament at the moment, guys. I don't think we're too critical of players. I know we're repetitive. That's the one I'm agreeing with you with. But the team hasn't put themselves in a situation to be exempt from criticism, if you know what I mean. Because they're not doing anything. I'm blaming the head coach, the head of the table, for everything anyway. I'm not just doing one person. I'm doing Arne Slot as well. I think he's 98% of the issues that we're having is because of his negligence towards other teams. He doesn't respect other teams, and his arrogance is what's costing us at the moment, during the season. That's the problem. So me, I'm all about the head of the table, who's really struggling, to understand what the Premier League is all about. And he hasn't got enough people around him that can teach him. Like the Premier League, it's not like the Dutch league, La Liga, Serie A, the French league. It's nothing like that. It's more difficult to retain a Premier League than if you was in the Dutch league or the Spanish league. It's always is, man. Big up, Sal, my guy. Big up, man. Yeah. So I'm just being honest about things. I've talked about every player. I didn't just bring up Konate. I've talked about the right back. I talked about the two centre backs and the left back. I talked about the midfield, and I talked about the wingers, and I talked about the striker as well. But yeah, we just got to get back to basics, guys. Right? Which means get back to the team that was hard to beat, that doesn't concede a lot of goals. And I want to see if Arne Slot has a backbone, because if he's coming back right now, obviously we're going to play on Saturday. Is he going to pick the same team that's been failing throughout the season, or is he going to change personnel? That's what I want to know. Is Salah going to be playing every game? Is Gakpo going to be playing every game? You know what I mean? Is Konate going to be playing every game? Is Kirkez going to come back into it? I want to see if he's got a backbone. Because don't give me this fake backbones that you show us in European football, when we know we're already going to beat that team before the game was kicked off, like Frankfurt and Eintracht Frankfurt and who was it, Galatasaray away. I mean, we should have won that game. We lost that game, of course, but I'm saying in normal circumstances, you should win that game anyway. And you're taking off Salah, pretending you got a backbone. I don't want to see pretend backbone. I want to see real backbone, because those players are still going to be here when you leave Arne Slot. When you're gone, they're going to move on to the next manager, as they did with you and Klopp. That's what it is. Players remain, managers leave, and nobody's going to miss you from those players anyway. They will move on. There you go. So you got to be careful how you go on. Your job's on the line. So start acting like your job is on the line. Don't make a lot of mistakes anymore. You're 8 points behind the leaders. Not only 8 points behind the leaders, you're 8th in the league. So you got double 8. Come on, man. Got to be realistic, man. Got to be realistic here. Rivalry is gone now to friendlies. Yeah, 100%, bro. It's a friendly environment, my friend. We're all hugging each other before the game. We're all hugging each other during halftime. We're all hugging each other, after the game. What is going on? What is going on with modern day football? Where's the man's game, man? Like, where is it? Come on, man. Where's the fire? I miss the fire in games, honest to God. Yeah, it's frustrating. Really, really frustrating. So as you can see, guys, sorry about that. It has to be a win against Nottingham Forest. No other option. It has to be a win. Wolverhampton versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is going to win that game. Wolverhampton are absolutely diabolical. They are so poor, it's unreal. Yeah. They'll get beat, man. They'll get beat. Crystal Palace is too good. Newcastle versus Man City. Very interesting. This is the kind of game that will show us at 5:30 if Man City are back, or are we just if Man City are back, or will they just leave it? Because we said there's a 2-horse race now, isn't it? Because of them and Arsenal. And these are the type of games Man City win when they challenge for league titles, if you know what I mean. So are they back to normality, or is it just something people put on there, being overconfident of Man City's performances? You beat Liverpool, now you got Newcastle away. You beat them, you more or less say about 85% back to what you was, and you are going to be challenging for the title, because Newcastle always a difficult stadium to play in, and Man City always find it difficult over there. I think they're going to win, but it depends if they could keep the ball out of the net on the other side as well. Yeah, so we're going to wait and see. I'm looking at the pictures at Liverpool, guys. Isak's training. Alisson is training. Looks good. So that's Saturday's games, as you can see, guys. We'll start with obviously Burnley and versus Chelsea, Bournemouth versus West Ham, Brighton versus Brentford, Fulham versus Sunderland, Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest, Wolverhampton versus, of course, Crystal Palace. Very interesting game. I like that game. I might watch it at work. Sorry, after work. And then you got Newcastle versus Man City at 5:30. Then you move on to Sunday. Two teams which are legendary. You got Leeds versus Aston Villa. I'm expecting Aston Villa to win that game, but Leeds can have their moments as well. Don't get me wrong; they can have their moments. And then you got Arsenal versus Spurs, the North London derby. So basically, form goes out the window, innit? Form goes out the window in that one. But yeah, this game, I haven't watched that much of Leeds, if you know what I mean. I've seen them do bits, but I'm expecting Aston Villa to win this game. 100%. 100%. Yeah. I want to do more of these games. I'm going to do short videos of other teams as well when the games finish. So about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, short videos of each teams, just to prolong things. So I'm waiting to kick off the channel over the weekend for being about other teams as well, not just Liverpool, if you know what I mean, guys. We'll have our Liverpool days. Don't worry about that. Like today, we're going to have that. But I want to talk more about other teams as well. So this game is very interesting. It's obviously Arsenal versus Tottenham at the Emirates. Arsenal lost Gabriel. Can they beat Spurs? It depends what Spurs turns up as well, isn't it, guys? We don't know what Spurs is going to turn up. But the thing is, all of us who are behind Arsenal have to put the pressure on them. Liverpool have to win. Man City have to win. Because if we don't all win and they're watching that, they'll have a confidence boost. I'm telling you guys. Yeah, man. It's crazy. Man City is only 4 points behind them. Chelsea 6 points behind them. That's crazy. That is mad. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. Honestly, I am, because although everybody will start thinking, Arsenal's going to win this game easily because of Tottenham's poor form at times of the season, but Tottenham can turn up as well. They're fifth in the league, so it depends what Tottenham turns up. I can see them doing something because it's a derby. Look at Man United come to Liverpool. You know what I mean? Yeah, and Everton gave us those problems in that game as well in the second half. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to it. I hope there's a shock. If you know what I mean. If there's a shock, it opens up the Premier League. So when the Premier League is open, that means other teams come into it and put more pressure. And what's the kryptonite for Arsenal? Pressure from other teams when they drop points. So yeah, man, looking forward to that. Honestly, looking forward to that. Big up, Sal, my guy. See you later, bro. See you later. Please subscribe, peeps. Of course, Sal. Thank you, my guy. The Man City game was pure foolishness. It definitely was. Had setup. Bad setup. Slot was naive. Pep played opposite football. Slot has got to step. Slot has to stop thinking people will set up like he likes. Is he not prepared for changes? I don't think he's prepared. Sorry about the reading bit, bro. There's some of the spellings. Yeah, I have to make it out somehow. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, socials. Sorry. I think it's the arrogance, bro. It's the arrogance side with Arne Slot. He just wants everyone to play the football that he wants them to play, and he wants to play the football that he wants to play. So everything on his side. He's expecting every team to do the tiki-taka football this season, but it hasn't worked out that way. Every team transforms. I think everybody stepped away from the Pep Guardiola football, which is tiki-taka. Every team was building from the back to go to the front. Nobody does that anymore. Now what people do is launch the ball as far as possible and win that battle. That's what teams do nowadays. That's why he's not, that's why he's struggling with at the moment. But yeah, about a change, I don't think he's making a change because we see the same things in every game that we play. The midfield is wide open. Some people get isolated, and then all of a sudden, they get bombarded with attackers, and they struggle. And it's the same. Yeah, every single time we watch a game, it's a carbon copy of the previous one. I don't see any different. If you know what I mean. I see now Frimpong running. It looks like he's getting back into the team as well. Yeah, so it's him that's not willing to make a change. Social. That's the problem. Because each time if you remember, we beat Aston Villa and Real Madrid with a different form, with a different kind of football, high intensity football, closing down, press was better, and then you go to the Man City game, no press at all. Like the difference between the two teams, they figured out what's our weak points, and they exploited that. Liverpool didn't find out anything about Man City, and Arne Slot did say before the game when they asked him about the Arsenal game, Arsenal dropping points, he said, "No, I've been watching Man City and studying them, seeing what they do." So, but you haven't, because the game we didn't really exist in the game. We haven't done nothing. One shot on target in the whole game, and we're crying about a disallowed goal. In normal circumstances, under the rules of of football, that's offside anyway. If Robertson is in an offside position, so that's how it is. But we all know it's a goal anyway. Even if we scored, I don't think we would ever come back in that game. I think Man City would have still won that game. And the evidence is when we was 0-0, they had a penalty. The goalkeeper saved it, and we still didn't wake up after that. So what makes you think 1-1 would have brought us back into the game? And not only that, if you look at the games we lost this season, majority of them were Liverpool equalising in the games, and we still lost. What can I say? It's him, bro. It's him, Social. I agree, Slot needs to fix this. 100%, John. 100%, my guy. Rivalries only exist in derbies. The other rivalries don't make sense. I know what you mean, Social. I know what you mean, bro. Big up, Cop Father, my guy. Big up, you never walk alone. I'll see you on other channels, bro, but I haven't seen you for a bit. I hope family is good, my guy, and everything else around you. Big up, man. Smash them likes. Listen to Beans and Toast. What do you say? You never walk alone. Spurs away from is the best in the league. I didn't know, bro. That's a good shout. So they can cause trouble when the pressure is not on at home. We have to wait and see it. We have to wait and see. Big up, my guy. Big up, Mr. Cockfather. The legend, man, is in the house. Let me see where I am. I don't know about Newcastle. These teams all of a sudden playing high line for Haaland to run in when it's other top teams low blocked City. Yeah, it's a weird one, that one. Yeah, you're right. You can never put high line with Haaland is playing. He's got power and pace, man, that guy. That guy's a machine. He's a robot. He's robotic, man. But the thing is, in the old days, you bring players down, innit? That's what you do. If they are too hard to handle, you bring them down. You hurt them. But modern day football, we wear headbands nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So it goes to show what era we're in. They never take the piss out of my era, man, because my era was beautiful, beautiful football, art. It was the art of the game. Nowadays, nah. And then you got Man United, Everton. Wow, on Monday Night Football. Are Man United back? We're going to discuss that later. Me and Sal on his channel. I think they're going to beat Everton. But then again, Everton can cause a shock. With Jack Grealish in their team, they're doing wonders at the moment. Where are Everton in the league? I know Man United are 7th or something. It's 13th. Bloody hell. How many have they lost? 4 games they lost. Well, less than Liverpool. We've lost 5. You know what I mean? We're down there in the dumps. We're down there with the likes of Burnley, West Ham, and Nottingham Forest and Wolves. And we're lucky to be even 8th. Our wins is what kept us there, because we won those games, the 5 in the beginning. We're so shit, guys. I know. I'm looking at the crosses, innit? So basically, one tick, sorry, one cross, one tick, cross, cross, cross. So 4 games of crosses and 1 tick. We've only won 1 game in the last 5 games. Wow, terrible, man. Terrible. Goals against how many? 17 already. 17 goals already. We've scored as much as we conceded. So 18 goals we scored and 17 we conceded. We're so shit, man. But the thing is, John, how can I defend that? That's why I'm criticizing these people. They're shit. They're garbage, bro. They're absolutely diabolical. How can we all sit here with a straight face and say we ain't got problems? We've scored as much as we conceded this season. We've lost as much as the bottom half of the table, but our wins out is what keeping us there. I mean, our wins are keeping us there. That's it. The 5 wins we got in the beginning of the season, or 6 in a way, including 1 more. Yeah, against Aston Villa. It's crazy, man. Luckily, we didn't get any draws, innit? Luckily, we got wins. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's very, very hard. Yeah, smash them likes, man. Only derbies are rivalries. Everything else is forced by fans. Yeah, you're right, bro. I agree. Us even being in this position is not acceptable. Bro, we're 8th. We're freaking 8th. We're back to the Roy Hodgson era, man. He's got as bad of a form, as bad of a form, sorry, as Roy Hodgson. You know what I mean? Like Roy Hodgson form, guys. It's so, oh man. I don't know what to say because it's undefendable. Liverpool should not be in this position. It's a shame. Yeah, as I was saying about the Man United game, I'm expecting them to win, but don't you know, a shock can happen at the same time. You know, when a team is overconfident, it could be the thing that bites them at the end. So this game, I'm expecting Man United to win, but I won't be shocked if they, you know, lose that or draw that. Yeah, so that's how it is, man. That's how it is. That's how the cookie crumbled. That's how the cookie crumbled. Let me take this off. As you can see, guys, there it is. 2 players Liverpool are after, Semenyo and Guehi. Can we get both in January? Maybe. Do we need both? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, we need both. Why not? We need everything we can get. But the tactics has to be sorted out, man. We've got no tactics. We've got nothing. We've got absolutely nothing. So let me start with Guehi. Let me bring up the transfer stuff. No, not this one. I'll come back to this one in a minute. So Crystal Palace are saying Liverpool is the only team that's, you know, in for Guehi financially. That's what they're saying. Oh my God. Do we need Guehi? Hell yeah. We should have got him at the beginning of the season, paid that 5 million or whatever it was they needed, just get over the line. Because, you know, was it 25 million or 30 million it was? It's nothing. Because in normal circumstances, in a different time, if he was under contract, you're probably going to pay £70 million for Mark Guehi. So what's wrong with about 25 million, 30 million, you know what I mean, getting him through the line? I don't understand, man. You're doing that at the cost of your team not winning stuff. So us not signing Guehi might have cost us a lot, if you know what I mean, guys. So there you go. Big up Barovia, man. I hope you're okay, my guy. So it says over here, Crystal Palace believe only Liverpool may attempt to buy Mark Guehi in January, with the England defender out of contract and available as a free agent next summer. So what are Liverpool going to do, considering where we are? In an ideal world, what would you do as a fan, guys? Like, put in the comments, what would you do? Because what I would do is get the player through the door as soon as possible. Competition for places breeds confidence, right? So all those players that's, you know, underperforming at the back, they have to start performing if this player starts coming through the door. That means You can't drop off. And it's World Cup year at the same time. You drop off, you lose your place. That's the tactics I will use if I was Arne Slot. But he won't do that because he's too loyal to some players. But getting him through the door might have to step up a lot of stuff at the back. If you know what I mean. We might have to go 3 at the back. We might have to go, Guehi and Van Dijk. If Van Dijk doesn't perform, Guehi and someone else. Because he's a leader. Mark Guehi is a leader, guys. He might not have the height and all that stuff, but he's got the strength and pace to, cover other people's positions as well. Look at Carvalho at Chelsea back in the day. One of the best defenders in the world. Why? Because he had that determination as a defender. It doesn't matter what he was facing, he will still win that battle. Even that he was one of the shortest defenders in the team. Or on the pitch as well. So yeah, 100% we need Guehi, man. We need to get that guy through the door as soon as possible. We can't muck about here, guys. We can't muck about. This is not time to, be sentimental and all this stuff. This is time to be serious and, getting quality players through the door, especially the future as well. I'd rather, prepare for the future now than, when it's too late. If you prepare for the future now, that means, you're way ahead of everybody else, around you. Because, once you start buying players for the future, that means you're set for the next 5 to 6 years, if you know what I mean. And that's what I want. That's what I've been asking for a long, long time. I want to be ahead of everybody. I want to, show, the rest of the Premier League, we're here for the long term, not short term. And that's what we've got to do. So getting Guehi through the door right now prepares us for life, after Van Dijk and other players that's around our football club. Because, they're that age, guys. You got to look at the age. The problem with our fan base, majority of the time, is the sentimentality. There's too much sentimental, people around our football club, which brings us down. I'm telling you, it brings us down as a football club, and it's unacceptable in my opinion. Because I'm an older fan that knows Liverpool when they were at their best, when we was dominating, not just domestically but in Europe as well, and that's what we need to get back to. But unfortunately, some people are just resigned to being a mediocre mid-table team just because they want to keep players. They're singing the songs every single time. Enough of that, man. Enough of that. Be serious, man. We're here to be serious. We're at that stage of as a football club. We should be winning titles now. No more, it's okay. We'll come back in the next 5 years. I ain't got 5 years. I'm here about now. None of us got 5 years. How do you know you're going to be around for 5 years? How do we know? Stop that shit, man. Life is about here and now. That's how you behave in your real life. So I suggest you behave like that about football as well. And stop talking about the past. The past is the past. It's like when people talk about last season. Oh, in January, Liverpool started dropping the form and all this stuff. Not looking at it from a point of view of players got tired because we've been using the same 11 throughout the season. Nobody talks about that. We're listening to some guys who never played football in their life. They don't even know the players are human. They're not robotic. Not everyone is like bloody Haaland. They can't tire. At some stage of the first few months of last season, Arne Slot resigned to using the likes of Darwin Núñez, the likes of Curtis Jones, the likes of Harvey Elliott, etc., and Chiesa, and etc. So he stuck with the same 11 throughout the season, playing in the Cups, playing in the Champions League, playing in the Premier League. So what happens when you keep playing the same players every single time? They get tired. They can't run. They're human beings. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So in the second part, of course, they were going to drop. That's why we played against Newcastle in the cup final like that. We dropped. We was absolutely tired. You could see it. And we said it after the game. But now we're using that because of, how the season's turned out this season. We're blaming in January that we started dropping from there. No, we didn't. That's a different team anyway. We brought some new players in to complement those players. So we should be in a better position. But we're not, because the tactical side of the game is rubbish. Arne Slot keeps doing the same shit every single time and giving our tactics away in the press conference, and people are telling me that could be something like he's playing against. come on, guys. Like, gotta be serious here, man. Yeah, big up, JK, man.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, my guy. You?
I'm all good, bro. All good.
Yeah, I'm just discussing about when people are saying along the lines of uh, we're playing badly this season because it started in January and from January or something like that. JK, what do you think of that statement people come up with? Because I'm confused, bro. I don't know about missed football in the last 20 years. I don't understand what's going on with that.
I think how I see it is like this. Ever since we've won the league, we've been poor.
There you go.
And it's as simple as that. And I can't say anything else, bro. The way we ended last season for me was I was going to speak Indian then. Sharon, like, the shameful, we're champions, bro. And we've never
Yeah.
played like champions since we won it. And it's
Yeah.
as simple as that. That week against PSG and Newcastle was the week it all sort of collapsed for me as well.
Yeah.
That was an important week, bro. And what did we do? We just we went 1-0 down to Southampton on the Sunday. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Before that PSG second leg. So we beat PSG 1-0. The two subs combining, got the job done. I thought, okay, sorted. We'll smash Southampton. Darwin sort of rescued us in that game as well. There's me thinking going into that PSG game, we're gonna have Darwin starting. Never happened. The Newcastle final, Paul Isaac destroyed us.
Yeah.
So what do we do now? We end up buying that striker who's beat us in that final to add to our game, bro, and he's not even played. You know. Well, for me, Isaac's got a World Cup playoff now in March, and
they're still in it.
They're still in it. They're in the playoff. They're playing. Is it Ukraine?
I
think they're playing Ukraine.
They finished second, Sweden. Yeah.
No. What happened with them? They do it through the Nations League route. Yeah. So their World Cup playoff group they just had, they didn't give a damn about it because they knew they got a spot in the playoffs anyway.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So that lad from Brighton, what's his name?
Yeah, they got Ukraine.
I think it's Ukraine. Yeah. So Isaac's got that to look forward to in March. He needs to start scoring now to be ready for them games that come up because they've got a game against Ukraine. Then they've got to play the winners out of, is it Kosovo and another team? I can't remember exactly which one it was. But so he's got a few games there to get Sweden in the World Cup. So for me, he should be thinking, you know what, I need to start scoring goals now for Liverpool.
He's got no choice. You know what I mean,
he's got no choice, bro.
I think he's at his time. But I want to ask you before we move on. Do you agree with these people that talk about last season? Is when the downfall started, or are you a believer of like it's a different season? We've got better quality this season, and the manager doesn't know what to do with them.
Bit of both, bro. Tell you the truth. Okay. I've said it for a long time now. I think Slot is the difference between him and Klopp was if you played for Klopp, you felt free in what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I think with Slot, he's a very tight. He gives sort of players not enough freedom for me in the way they play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get so that seems to be a problem. Szoboszlai is the only guy I see on the pitch who plays with that free spirit. Like I can do what the fuck I want and I'll do it. And I like that.
There's another question to that. Do you think Szoboszlai is the best out of a bad bunch, or has he been playing to that quality that you're saying?
Bro, we wouldn't even be 8 if we weren't Szoboszlai.
I want to know, like, if the team was playing better, would we speak about Szoboszlai as we're doing now? Because we've never done that before about Szoboszlai. We only did that in the first three months of the season when he first came to Liverpool.
Yeah.
But after that, we was criticizing him every single time, if you know what I mean. But now he's the only one that looks like he's trying on the pitch rather than other players in the team. But what I'm trying to say here is, how about if Salah was performing to the best of his ability, Gakpo, McAllister, Graham, etc. If these players were playing to the best of their ability, would we still speak about Szoboszlai the way we're speaking about him now? That's the question, because the team is playing shit. I mean, someone's got to different.
Look good. Yeah, I know what you mean. But I think as Liverpool fans, we're very clear in the way we view players, and I think we would say, Szoboszlai's still playing good. Yeah. We notice that's what I love about Liverpool fans. We're very knowledgeable about the way we view our players, if you understand what I mean. We won't be saying one player's playing great, even though they're not, bro. I think, like even I'm saying this season, Salah's not been the best. Because look at last season, bro. We're comparing him to last season. Highest scorer, highest assist maker. You can't get better than that, bro. So we're comparing him to that. And it's a bit of a shame, but I just feel Szoboszlai has been the number one player because of the energy he's showing. I think us signing Wirtz might have waken him up, thinking,
that's true. Great point. Great point.
McAllister, Gravenberch, best midfielders for us last season, not Szoboszlai. It was them two, Gravenberch and McAllister. And he's thinking, my spot's up for taking. Okay, I'll show you. So that's what I've seen from Szoboszlai. And that's for me competition, bro. And it's good.
But and that's what you need all over the pitch, right?
We need that. Yeah. We need that. I think it's important.
100%. What do you think of Guehi? I'm going to talk about Guehi, then I'll talk about Semenyo later. Like, linked to Liverpool again. Liverpool only being, the suitors for him. What do you think about that?
For Semenyo?
For Mark Guehi.
Guehi, bro. Yeah, I think he was ready for the press conference. He probably had the Liverpool shirt in his hand, ready to do it. And then bang, all of a sudden it collapsed. So he's sort of probably kept on thinking, I don't want to play for anyone else now. I just want to play for Liverpool.
Yeah.
He knows we're the greatest team in England. So we don't really have to sell ourselves. I think winning the league last season gave us a big marketing, and we could sign anyone in the summer we just had.
Yeah.
And we've seen it. Ekitike, Isaac, Wirtz.
Yeah.
Anyone would have took them. So winning breeds that. And I think when we win, we don't need to do no marketing. But Semenyo, for me, and Guehi are good players. But I'm not going over the moon with it yet, because for me, they're not here with us right now. And we've seen how messy it got with Guehi last year, bro. Yeah. Can we handle that in January again? Last hour of the transfer window, we're waiting for Guehi again. I ain't doing that bullshit. No.
But I was just seeing like one of the streamers who we know was on Sky Sports just now. What do you think when they're going on Sky Sports? And sorry, I'm not changing. It's a bit off topic, to be fair. What do you think when our fan base is going on Sky Sports talking about the head coach and all that stuff in a negative way? What obviously he watches Sky Sports.
Sky Sports.
Yeah.
I've always called it Sky Sports. I've always called it Sly Sports, not Sky Sports.
I don't like that. You know what I mean?
I don't like it, bro.
When our fan base is going on it and giving criticism to the head coach and the players, they see that. So what are you trying to gain as a fan? You get what I'm saying?
I feel like this, bro. For us, it's all about winning. That we win. And what it is with a lot of content creators, Liverpool fans, is, you know what? If we lose, bonus. So they're winning either way. If they win, they can celebrate and do shows about that. But they realise with the negative blick, they get more attention. So they're thinking, you know what? I can say it for the cameras, I want Liverpool to win. But if we don't, fucking happy days. I'm on Sky Sports next week. Yeah. So I don't really like it, bro. And look at the professionalism of these people when they go on Sky Sports. Have you seen the way that people present on Sky Sports now? The Khan lad, there's a Khan lad. Right. Fair play to him, he tries, you know what I mean? But he's like, when it was the transfer window in the summer just now, he was a number one guy, bro, this Khan lad. And I'm thinking, this guy can't present, man. This guy can't present, bro. He ain't good.
Gris Khan you're talking about, yeah?
No, this other lad, he's just from Sky Sports. He's just a lad who likes football, and he seems like a top lad. But for me, he's the quality of professionalism in the media world has gone downhill. Why? Because they've tried to include fans in that, because they know the fan world is big. It's a big market. And what they've done, they've sort of floated them over to the professional media companies. I'm sorry to say they're not really good enough to do it.
Saying it now, like, what's wrong with a TV appearance, he's saying.
No problem, bro. Go on there, do it. But don't do it to fill your own pockets. So you're thinking, okay, what I'll do, I'll just ridicule the club I supposedly love. You will never hear me ridicule Liverpool. Bro, I'm not doing it. I just don't do it. Just for me, I can't do it.
The thing is, this is what the players watch. This is what the head coach would watch and all that stuff on Sky Sports. If we're a football supporter, why are we criticizing them publicly like that to make them even more angrier? Do you know what I mean? Like they're more upset. They're already upset as it is. You know what I mean? It's not like the players are intentionally, you know, throwing games. You know what I mean? They just there's something that's not systematically going right on the pitch. So if you're publicly criticizing them and they see things like that, and you're saying the coach doesn't know what he's doing publicly, it's a dangerous game you play with Trudon. It's a dangerous game, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Criticism is allowed, bro, but for me, I see it like the mafia family, you know, like you ain't gonna degrade your family.
Criticize on your own platform where they don't see you. You know what I mean? You could do that. Criticize where they don't see you. You don't need to do it publicly where they watch things like this day in and day out, and they're looking at their fan bases against them. That's not going to improve their performances. That's going to make their performances even worse because they see their own fan base having a go at them on live TV. You know what I mean? Like it's like everything in life, Trudon. If someone says something to me on live TV, if I was famous, how am I going to react? How's Jacob going to react to that? We're going to criticize that person who's criticizing us, right? And then we're going to start thinking everybody else thinks like that about us. So why should I start performing on the pitch on a regular basis? I mean, if my own fan base already saying I'm shit. So we've got to be careful.
I tell you the bigger picture being, bro, like for me, what it is for me, the bigger picture is this. I don't want moaning to be an energy on this planet. It's as simple as fucking that. You understand me? I cannot stand people who moan. You're going to moan, go to a mirror or a wall, do it there. I don't want to hear moaners. And me and Trudon probably agree on a lot of things that the manager's not really up to it. You know what I mean? But I don't need to go constantly use that as a tool to get attention, bro.
What we're trying to say is you've got to be careful how you criticize. You know what I mean? Publicly is a dangerous game you're playing. You know what I mean? And when the players see things like that, they're going to start thinking everybody else thinks like that about them. So when they go on the pitch, they already have that. Don't put that on players' heads already. They're already struggling anyway. Don't put the fuel to the fire. Just leave it alone. Do it in your own platform where they don't see you. You don't need to do it on live TV, man. It's scary. Listen, it's not nice. I'm telling you guys, it's not nice. I'm even saying that who is critical of these players, but I do it in my little platform here that they can't even see me. You know what I mean? But Sky Sports, like, it's a dangerous game when you're criticizing them, saying they don't know what they're doing on the pitch and all that stuff. When they just won the championship, you know, last season, you can't say things like that. It's you could have criticism, but in a way of, you know, not like showing,
you know, class about it. You know what I mean?
Let's hope, like you could say, like, you know, we're not playing well, but I hope the manager, you know, gets it right in the next few games, you know, and all that. That's the kind of things you got to say on live TV. Not show them that they don't know what they're doing and things.
And the thing is, bro, I'll tell you something. The United Arsenal fans are waiting for the people like
100%.
There. So I'm not going to give them that. I'm not going to give them that. No way. You can pay me £1 million to do a fucking show about degrading Liverpool, bro. I'll say, nah, not for me, bro. And it's as simple as that, bro. No amount of money will ever allow me to do. You love someone. If you got a partner, you ain't going to go on road every day and just take the rip out of her or him, whatever it is. You're not going to do that. So why are you doing it to the club you supposedly love 24 hours a day? We're the most successful team in England. We're not Arsenal here, who ain't won a Premier League in years, ain't never won a Champions League, bro. We're Liverpool. So we do not need to talk about certain things all the time. It's as simple as that, man. I don't understand the mindset of Liverpool fans. We're the best team in England.
There's criticism, and there's one way of criticizing the team, and there's a different way of criticizing the team publicly. You don't say they don't know what they're doing. They're all over the place and all that stuff, and call out players individually and the head coach. I mean, it's this dangerous game when you do it in public terms. You know what I mean? I'm here doing my own stream. I'm criticizing them in my own stream. You know what I mean? Which they're never going to see anyway. But we're discussing it on the chat, and plus me replying to the chat. But when you're going on live TV, it's a dangerous game, guys. I'm telling you, you're not making those players get any confidence. Let me just put it that way. You're making it worse for them by criticizing them publicly. They're not gonna go on the pitch with the same mindset anymore, because our fan base, which is to me the best fan base in the world, we normally keep things in house. Now we've changed to just saying things publicly. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Trudon. we've got to be careful how we go on, and doing it like that, it's not the way. Especially when they're watching Sky Sports.
But you know what it is, Trudon, bro? It's the demeanor of these people, because it's connected to getting paid. You're going to see sides of fans that you don't really want to see.
Yeah.
Because for me, getting paid it's a major thing now. So they're thinking, you know what? Mr. Positives don't get paid in this world. Let's be negative. And it's as simple as that, Trudon, bro. I don't care what these guys get paid. It's their choice, man. You know, it's like you're going to change your persona, your personality to get paid. You're a hoe then. It's just simple. You must stand on the fucking corner.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, Business Toast, I hope there's a shock for everyone but us. It's time to go to get a run going. Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. What are you saying, Mr. Cockfather? Both, I see. So looking at keeping us competitive in the league during FCON. Okay, bro. What are you saying here as well? You being them down, Milner. Sorry, you bring them down, Milner would have done a tactical fouls. You know, I missed that. I don't know if you agree with him, like about the tactical foul. Like, sorry, let me read that again. You bring them down, Milner would have done it tactical fouls. So, do you think we do enough of that, JK? Like, are we missing that aggressive side of the game in our team?
Of course, because what I love about Argentinian players is they know that style of game. Italian players as well, they know that, and they do it really well. McAllister in that Villa and Real Madrid game brought that to the table. Hence why we won them 2 games with clean sheets. We're too nice sometimes, you know. United were great in that era under Ferguson because they knew how to play that game really well. You know, Keane, whoever was in there, they did that job.
There's Trudon saying that's your opinion, not a fact. Okay. Not every Liverpool fan is the same. Of course, we're not the same. If we're the same, then we're too robotic, if you know what I mean. But
you're boring, man.
Mons is the same on YouTube. He doesn't switch up for TV. Okay. All right. You say so, bro. Sonic in Knuckles, man of culture. Listen, because with me, I wouldn't do it that way. That's the difference between me and certain Liverpool fans. You know what I mean? I'm from the old school, so it's JK. We wouldn't do it like that. That's the difference between us. But yeah, if Trudon, if you like it that way, it's up to you, bro. I'm not here to judge, what you say or anything like that. But I'm just giving you advice as an older person. I mean, that's seen Liverpool when they were good and seen Liverpool when they were bad for 30 years and after that. You know what I mean? I'm only giving you my
we've seen it all, bro, in that way.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen the good, the bad, the good again.
Man.
Yeah, but for me, Liverpool is the badge and everything. It's you got to have that respect for it. We live in a world of social media, and it's just taken that away. You know, having an opinion is cool, but at the end of the day, that opinion, in which way you look at it, you could be positive, you could be negative all the time. It's up to you, but it'll affect your health in the long run. You know, moaning gonna make you ill, man. That's how I'm seeing it. Like for me, I moaned about Szoboszlai and Slot at the end of last season. I said them 2 guys haven't been great. I said that. I remember on 12-Man show, and that was the first time I ever moaned in a long time. I was like, "Yo, Szoboszlai, not great, bro." And Slot, what's he done to the end? Since we've won the league, that was it.
Yeah,
and that's the truth, bro. And this season, Szoboszlai pulled his socks up. Fair play, you know.
Well, there you go, innit?
That's what I want. I want him to prove me wrong.
Yeah,
say JK,
all that can come back and bite people. Because as you said in the beginning of the actual conversation about Szoboszlai, you said like Florian Wirtz coming in might have pushed him as a player, to the heights that he is at now. So sometimes when you got competition for places, that's what it does. That's what it does, guys. It brings different qualities in you, and you perform in a different levels, which can keep you in the team, and that's what Szoboszlai's done this season. Yeah, but yeah, listen, each to their own. If they want to criticize players like that and the manager on live TV, it's up to them, man. I'm not here to, having a go at them. I'm just trying to give advice. We've got to be careful how we go on about things, because we could
look, bro,
dangerous. We could be in dangerous situations.
Imagine that I was like, okay, you know what? I'm moaning about Szoboszlai. And this season comes, and even though Szoboszlai's been our best player, I could say, you know what, fuck that. I'll carry on with that agenda against him. Why not? Why? Because everyone's listening to me. No, I'm telling you the truth, bro.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Szoboszlai, I'm the first to say, you know what? Respect Szoboszlai. You proved me wrong, bro. And that's a proper fan. That's how I see football. I want Szoboszlai to say, you know what, JK? But you know why? Because I've seen him at Leipzig play, and I've seen him play for Hungary, and I realise this guy, he needs to be the number one guy on the pitch, because he likes to control games. He takes corners, free kicks, everything for Hungary.
For Hungary,
you know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
Comes to Liverpool, you got other big players there. You've got Salah, Diaz, and all these guys on the pitch already. So he's thinking, but this season he's took it up, and that's great to see, bro.
Yeah. You know what it is as well, Jack? You just made a great point there. If you look at the majority of the players that we brought in, they were the main players in their other teams. If you know what I mean. So when they when they arrive at Liverpool, when they know Salah is the main man and Van Dijk and etc., they need to find a place in the team, because they're no longer the main player. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is why probably the majority of the players are struggling at Liverpool Football Club, because the issues that they're having, they're not as dominant as they used to be in the other teams. Not everything is through them. So when they come to Liverpool, they have to, find a place for them to be part of the team rather than being the main man of the team. And that's why probably Florian Wirtz has been struggling. Same with Szoboszlai in the couple of seasons before last. Because before they were at Liverpool, these guys were the best players in their league, and in the team. They played for. So yeah.
It's like Gerrard, bro. He's like, me and you have played football and stuff, and I realised when I used to play, if I wasn't the guy getting the ball all the time, I'm going to be a bit pissed off or whatever, you know. So I wanted to be the main guy.
Yeah.
I played centre back, I played centre midfield, I played centre forward, and I realised with certain players like Szoboszlai, Wirtz, Salah, that's just three in our team, all want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, spot on. Are you pissed off, JK, since things are going wrong for us this season, that he doesn't revert to a hard-to-beat team, like more solid team, to have a base to start again? Because we're still open. Every single time we go into games, we're far open. We can see chances left, right, and center, and it's always a chance for other team to score a goal.
Well, bro, look at these 3 games this season. Arsenal beat them 1-0, clean sheet. Villa beat them 2-0, clean sheet. Beat Madrid 1-0, clean sheet. So how come in them 3 games we did that, and then against fucking Chelsea and Man City and Brentford even, we collapsed?
Because we done more running. I think we beat them in the what do you call it? In the pressing and yards covered on the pitch. So yeah,
I think it's a mentality thing, bro. Myself,
it's got to be done, isn't it? It's got to be more mentality, and
it's more mentality for me, because bro, Arsenal, Real Madrid, two of the best teams in Europe.
Yeah. And
so what the players knew that. So what did they do? They pulled their socks up. You know what? Today, lads, we're gonna fucking win.
We're gonna start playing
clean sheet.
Yeah.
And it's a mentality thing.
And that's the thing. The head coach should be,
sorting out.
Yeah. Like he needs to that's where the man management comes in. You get what I'm saying, JK? The more I look at Arne Slot, the more I realize his man management style is not all there, mate, because it's the same performance in every pitch. In every game, it's the same performances in every game. And the worst part of it, and I alluded to this earlier in the stream, the players make the same mistakes in every game as well. You know what I mean? You could tell, if I ask you right now, what's McAllister's weakest points, you probably say he passes to opponents too many times. You know what I mean? If you look at Konate, what's his weakest points, you're probably going to say he struggles with certain strikers when they're physical with him, and he's supposed to be the beast. You know what I mean? And he gives away possession a lot as well. You look at Bradley, it depends on what Bradley we're going to get. If it's a wider pitch, where a player can run on to further with a ball, he struggles with it. If it's a small pitch where he could like get closer to the players, he'll always do better. You look at Van Dijk; he's just too laid back this season. He looks like not himself from what
he's
I can
on the
see.
beach, bro.
Yeah, you look at Kirkes. What's the issue with Kirkes? Kirkes is just too rash. Like he's trying to impress too much.
Yeah,
instead of like relaxing and getting things together. And then you look at the midfielders. You look at McAllister. Just walks about now. Like he went from like passing to the opponents on a regular basis to walking about. If you know what I mean. Which passing should be his strongest point anyway, because that's what we bought him for.
Yeah.
And then you look at Gravenberch. Obviously, he's just come back from injury. I think he's finding it hard now because the games have finally caught up with him. But when he wasn't injured, he was all right. If you know what I mean. Szoboszlai, he's more dominant than usual. Gives away the ball sometimes. Sometimes he's got to be more physical. If you know what I mean. He struggles with the physicality. But other than that, he's been phenomenal this season. And you look at Salah, work rate. There's no work rate coming from that guy. He's not creating chances, can't get past players anymore. And then you look at Gakpo, that's the same trick every game. That's what everybody's going to criticize Gakpo for. Always cutting in. But I saw more going on the outside this season than cutting in, to be fair, from Gakpo. But not everybody's going to say that, unfortunately. They just want to criticize him because they're saying he's playing badly. I think he's one of the top scorers for us this season as well. And then you look at the strikers. We don't know which one's going to play every week because Ekitike started off good. Now he's become like the rest of the players on the pitch. He doesn't score goals anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah. But Isak has got to come on and do something. But that's what I'm saying, JK. I think we do the same mistakes every time. That's the problem with our football club.
That's the problem.
And that's something that should be worked in the training ground. If you ask me, bro. I know even the dog agrees with me. See, there you go again. Semenyo Guehi was 99% a Liverpool player on deadline day a few months ago. With that in mind, it is hard to deny the Reds still like the Crystal Palace captain, and judging by performances in recent weeks, they still need a defender. Do you agree with this one, JK? Is there? I don't think he's there anymore.
Yeah, we definitely need a defender, 100%. Yep.
All right, bro.
Two, probably. You know what I mean? Really?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening with Gomez. I don't think he's ever going to play for us again.
He's been fit throughout the season. He doesn't get a chance. He doesn't even get a chance.
Not one chance, bro. Play him against Forest, man. Give him a chance, man. Or PSV. Okay, play him against PSV.
Imagine like they saw Bradley struggling against Doku, bring on Gomez. It would be a different game. It would have been a different game, but we didn't even do that. That's what I'm saying, JK. I said this to a lot of Liverpool fans the other day. At what point does our manager think we need to change in the game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's the thing.
I guarantee you knew in 10 minutes we're fucked here. I guarantee you probably said that.
I heard you say that the other day, that within the first 10 minutes, you realise what's going to happen in the game.
Yeah.
And I'm like that, bro. I noticed straight away what are going to be the dangers in this game. And it surprises me with all the players we've got on the pitch and all the fucking assistants next to Slot.
Exactly.
These fuckers know. Like, come on, man. What are you doing with the fucking iPad?
It's so bad, bro.
Come on, man. Get someone in the stand. Get someone high in the stand who can see the pitch from above. Not the ones on the sidelines. Go up, get someone up there. Say, you know what, lads? On the left-hand side, we're getting fucking done. It's as simple as that, bro.
We're getting done. Like, something's got to change. Something's got to change.
You get someone behind the goal. You can get someone behind both goals. Someone in the Kenny Dalglish stand. Someone in the main stand. Bang. 4 people. You can tell you this is what's going on in the game.
Yeah, Konate's getting targeted, guys. Konate's getting targeted.
Yeah,
I mean, things like that. But they don't even do that.
To squeeze out, get closer to Konate. Something like that,
Or grab the birds to go 5 yards back, just stay in front of Konate, you know what I mean, to make it difficult for the opponents.
Yeah.
But they don't even do that, bro.
In-game tactics, not great.
From what I saw, it took him 50th minute to decide like what to do next. Why does it take you that long? Great managers, they already know within the first 20 minutes of the game it's time for a change. Some people even make changes during the game when things are not working out, bro.
Yeah.
But he didn't even do that. Yeah, he needs to practice that, bro. He needs to know that when games are not going right, you need to make some changes, man. Either in formation or, personnel on the pitch, like switch around or, make a substitute. Do something, bro.
Yeah, but not too many subs at the same time. I think it's too much.
That is the worst I've ever seen, JK.
Yeah.
That is the worst I've ever seen. If you play football, you know. You don't make 4 substitutions
You
and
know,
expect the game's going to change. That's too many changes because they don't know where they stand on the pitch yet. They don't even know who's going to take charge of the ball. So what you do is 2 at a time or 1 at a time. Why are you doing 4? 4, you're going to confuse everything. It's a confusion.
If you're 3-0 up, sound. If you're 3-0 up, you know what I mean? Or 3-0 down, do it. Who cares? Maybe it's like 1-0, something like that. Like, don't go too much with the subs, like 4 at a time and 3 at a time and stuff.
4 at a time, bro.
In-game tactics, he needs to be a little bit sharper.
100%.
Just realize what's going on in the game,
100%, bro.
Work it out like with the team.
It's so bad, it's unreal.
You know what? Last season he did that. First half he checked out the team, the opposition. He didn't know them. Second half he smashed them. That was his tactic last season, bro. So he studied the first half. He's like, okay, when I go second in half time, I'm gonna tell the lads what to do. What did he do? Smash the team second half, bro. How come we can't do it again now? Like, so we can do it. You know, it ain't like you can't do it. He wins the league.
Because the personnel is improved. You know what I mean? We've got much better team than we had last season. Why can't we do that? I don't understand, JK. Of course we could do it, but he does it in a weird way, man. But I need to go because I need to do some shopping. Exclusive. It says we understand Liverpool has put a 65 million payment structure on the table for Bournemouth. Bournemouth is not thrilled that Anthony Semenyo's release clause got leaked online. In the says account, Arsenal hasn't jumped in with an offer yet, but that could change in any minute. Bournemouth really wants to wrap this up in the first 2 weeks of the transfer window, so they could get a player. Of course, that's what they mean. The player is very keen to leave Bournemouth for Champions League football. What do you think about this guy, bro? Do you like him?
Look, bro, against us, he smashed us on his own. He's a good player. He's improved every season. I said that to 12th man.
Yeah.
He's a good Premier League player. He's becoming a very good Premier League. We need a guy like this, bro.
Yeah.
Give him the ball. He can hold it for longer than 3-4 seconds. You know what I mean? Get in shape again. At the end of the day, I'm not going to overhype him, but he's a good little Premiership player, bro. The price, yeah.
I like myself a big money. I think what I like about him is if anyone drops form in the front three, he can step in.
He can come in. He can come slot in. Yeah.
That means pressure on everybody, not just one player.
Yeah.
Maybe we are all wrong for Slot to be setting up his way, not what won us the Prem. Do you agree with this one from Fake Pundit?
Bless Fake Pundit. I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, how's he setting up? Really, that's the thing.
I don't think we all know what he's setting up. I don't think he knows what he's setting up because when you go into the pitch, we ask ourselves, what's the tactics already before the game starts? And when we look at the team, we're all over the place, so we don't know. You know what I mean? But good point, though. Good point. What you're saying, what you said, hit the likes, of course. Big up, my guy. JK, I'm gonna go because I need to go and do some shopping.
Take care, bro.
Stream. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe, and follow JK obviously on this channel, on Brian's channel, Irishman Brian, and he's on the 12 Man's channel. So you're gonna see him a lot on those channels, and hopefully he'll start his one very soon because he told me he's gonna do it. I'm still waiting for an invitation. Yeah, but guys, please like, share, and subscribe. It was good debate, you know what I mean? Obviously we had some chat, people were going other direction and all that stuff, but we hopefully cleared up what our feelings are towards things. I'm not here to judge Liverpool fans going on Sky Sports, but I'm only giving you my point of view through a Liverpool fan, saying we need to be careful because if the players are watching this and seeing their own fan base saying they don't know what they're doing, they're rubbish and all that stuff, it's not a good thing to watch. If I was playing football and seeing that would hurt me, especially for my own fan base, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like that pub thing, you know, back in the days when you go to the pub, there'd be United fans there with Liverpool, and then what happened? Liverpool would know, the Liverpool fans would know, you know what, we're really rubbish at the moment. But you don't tell that to the United fan. You were like, we're the fucking greatest team in England, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like kindergarten, but it's funny, man.
Yeah. Working in progress, I think it says. Walking, does it say? So walking press. Yeah, it is walking press, 100%.
It is.
By the way, I don't believe in slot. Oh, come on, fake pundit. Have hope, man. Have hope. All right, guys. I got to go. JK's got to go. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to chat to me, down below in the comment section, and I'll reply to you like I always do. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.